What's up guys, it's Josh from KeepItTechie, and today I wanted to show you guys another Linux distribution called Solus. So as I stated in the intro, I wanted to do a quick review and install of Solus OS. Solus is a Linux distribution that's built from scratch. It uses a forked version of PiSi package manager maintained by eopkg within Solus, and it also has a custom desktop environment called Budgie, which is developed in-house. Now the Budgie desktop, one thing I like about it, it kind of gives you that look and feel of Gnome 2 desktop, which is where I started when I first started using Linux. When I first came in using Linux, I was using one of the earlier versions of Ubuntu, and it had Gnome 2 on it. And I really like the look and feel of it, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm excited about doing a review of this distribution. But anyway, let me go down and go to their website so you guys can see a little bit about Solus, and then I'll get to the install and review of the actual desktop. So let's get started. Okay, cool. So I have their website up. It's basically getsol.us, and that's a cool way of doing the domain name that they have. So it's get and then sol.us. So that's basically Solus. So that's pretty cool right there. But anyway, here's the website. I just wanted to read a little bit about it so you guys can get a good understanding of where this distribution actually came from. So Solus is an operating system that is designed for home computing. Every tweak enables us to deliver a cohesive computer experience. And if you want to go down and download it, all you gotta do is hit this download button, but I'll click that in a minute so you can see what to do. But it says designed for everyone. Solus provides a multitude of experiences that enable you to get the most out of your hardware. From our flagship Budgie experience for modern devices to the more traditional Mate experience for lower end devices, Solus aims to provide the best experience for your device. So let's scroll a little bit down. It comes with software, just like all these different distributions. They come with, you know, a bundle of software installed on it. But like I said, this one has the Budgie desktop, so I think you guys might like it once it's installed, and I'll show you how it looks. But that's pretty much it on their main website. So if you want to download it, just download it here. They come with two different versions. Well, actually more than that. They come with a version based on the desktop environment. Their flagship is the Solus Budgie. So that's the one I download. And then they have a Gnome version. It'll come with the Gnome desktop. You know, pretty much all the desktops you want to possibly install, like Mate, Plasma, KDE Plasma, and that's pretty much it. So all you have to do is hit the download button. I'm not going to download it because I already have it downloaded. I'm going to install a Solus Budgie environment. It says a feature-rich, luxurious desktop using the most modern technology. And this is the Gnome over here. So just click download, good to go, and then like burn it to USB, make a live USB, and then you should be able to install it on your hardware. So let's go down and get to the install. I'm gonna go down and spin up VirtualBox. I'm gonna create a virtual machine for Solus, and then we're gonna walk through the whole process. So let's get started. Okay, cool. So I have the actual VirtualBox booting up right now. Let me go down and clean up a little bit and remove some of these status bars. I don't like the way they look when I'm installing. And pretty much this is Solus OS. So it's booted up and everything. This is the live ISO. And the first thing you want to do is actually just kick off the installer. Or you could test out the desktop from here. But let me fix the display right fast so we can get this install going. You guys can see everything on the screen properly. So see, keep this configuration, boom. And the way you start the install, you just hit this install button right here. So if we click that, that'll open up the installation for us. And cool, the first step, and it's a very simple install. The first step, choose your language. Boom. You could turn on location services, which I tend to not do that because I want to make sure I'm not compromising my location. I don't like sending that information back to the developer. But anyway, you choose your keyboard layout on the next step. And then you can choose your location. Mine is LA, which I'm on that time zone, so I always select LA, and then hit next. And then you want to select your hard drives. Now you can go through and let it automatically partition your drive for you, or you can go through and manually do it, which I'm not gonna mess with. I'm gonna just do the automatic partitioning because I'm gonna delete this VirtualBox after I finish this install. So let's go down and hit next right here. And then also they have options to allow you to use LVM, which is logical volume management. You can, use that to create the partitions. Now, one good thing about LVM is you can manage the volume by creating different sizes or adding more space to your drive. You can actually take like 2 hard drives and combine them together and make it one big logical volume. But the only thing with that, and I'm not sure how it affected, but when you do that with encryption, you may have issues. So I wouldn't recommend you doing that. But LVM is good, as far as just, changing up the size of your drives on the fly. So that's a good thing you may want to look into. But I'm not going to do it for this video, so I'm going to just hit next. And the next part is just creating the host name. So I'm gonna just name it Solus, and we're good. And it's gonna install actually where you want to install a bootloader. So I'm just selecting that drive, SDA, and so we can hit next right here. And then now this will create the user account. So and one cool thing about this installer, you can create multiple user accounts on this system during the install or before the install actually happens. So we could type my real name. I'm just put Josh and then my password, and I'll show you what I'm talking about where you can add more. So you just hit add now, and that'll add that user account. Well, if you look at this plus, you can add another one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hit cancel on that, but that's pretty cool. And then you can also remove, because all it's doing is loading this into memory on what it needs to do when it's doing the installation, or what all accounts it needs to create when it's doing the installation. So let's go down and hit next. I'm gonna just create that one user account, and then this is a summary of everything it's gonna do. It's gonna create all your language data, then the installation. This is how it's going to partition the drive, and then it's going to create that one user, and then also set the device host name to Solus, and then install a bootloader. So that kind of walks through the whole summary of everything it's going to do during the installation. So let's go down and hit install. I'm gonna turn on some music, just sit back, relax, and we're gonna go through the installation. Okay, cool. So the installation is complete. I'm gonna go down and restart the system so we can bring it up. So let's just hit restart right now. And actually what I'm gonna do is shut it off, because for some reason with VirtualBox, it doesn't eject the CD right after. You have to physically go into the settings and remove the ISO. So, which is not a problem for, you know, people that are actually installing it on hardware. You won't have to do this, you know what I'm saying? All you have to do is pull out the USB and you're good to go. So let's go down and boot it up right fast. And you should see it pop up in a second. Here we go. So let me go down and log into it. As you can see, this is a pretty sweet login page. I'm not sure what the desktop manager is. I can't remember, but we're gonna look at it in a second. Cool, so we are up. Let me go down and fix the display so you guys can see everything as I go through the OS. Let's go down and straighten this out. Cool, so now this is Solus OS. And all I wanted to do was go through a few things so you guys can see the Budgie desktop. There's a lot of documentation out there on Solus's website that you can check out. It talks about how to use everything. Now, one thing about Solus, it uses the eopkg package manager, and so you can update the system through the terminal by using that package manager. It's just like, you know, using apt or pacman or anything like that. So if you open up the terminal, you know what I'm saying, and then you can type in sudo eopkg, and then you can upgrade the system. So you can type in upgrade, that'll upgrade the system. And then if you want to install something, then you just have to, you know, type install and then the package. And then also you can remove. It's similar to app. You just type remove and then the package name. And then also, just to show you something else, you could type sudo eopkg search and then a search term. So let's type in Firefox just to show you guys. You can search for Firefox. And actually, I didn't have to use sudo for this command, but that's how you search. You shouldn't have to search you shouldn't have to type sudo in order to search the repository, but that's basically how you search for a package if you wanted to. Now, let me go down and exit out of this because I want to go down and show you guys the package manager. It's basically, you know, just like all of them, they call it the software center. And actually, yeah, that's it right there. So the software center. So you can go through and install everything from here. And this actually goes through, I think, 15 categories, you know what I'm saying, under each one of these. So desktop software and theming, you can click in there. They have a whole bunch of, you know, desktop software, you know, theming, all that good stuff. Under gaming, you know, you can install, you know, all these different packages. You can install Steam, you know, all that stuff on this distribution. But I like how they have it all broken out into these big categories, and then you go down and you can see the smaller categories underneath it. It's pretty cool. And then also you can go through and do your updates from here. Now I'm not going to do the updates. As you can see, it's like 399, you know, packages or updates that needs to be done. So I'm not going to do that, but you can go in and look at the install software. So these are all the packages that are installed on the system by default. And then you can install, you know, third-party stuff. So as you can see, you can install like Android Studio, you know, Flash, you know, a lot of the third-party stuff. You can even install Google Chrome on here. And this is the beta, and this is the Google Chrome, and then they got a development version of Google Chrome. And you can go through and look at all this stuff, but they do have a lot of software that's third party that you can install on the system. And I like the way it's, you know, broken out like this. And then also you can search, good to go. And then you can also go into the settings and change the settings on when it, you know, checks for updates and all that stuff. So let's go down and close that down. But if we start over here on the right, this is how you open up the little widget on the right hand side, you know, or applet. And it shows a bunch of applets. You can add stuff here, you can remove stuff, you know, move things down, you know, all that stuff. So And then this is the notification tab. So you just click that tab. That'll open up this whole little sideboard right here. So, and then you can click it to close it back. And then they have time, you know what I'm saying? You can open up the calendar, all that good stuff. And then this is how you shut down the system. This is the power button, so it should open up everything, you know, lock, suspend, hibernate, restore, shut down. And then we have the volume settings, sound settings, battery settings, and this is the alerts. That'll automatically open up that tab under the sidebar. So good to go. And then we have our network settings. You know what I'm saying? You can connect to VPN, install VPN software, you know, all that good stuff. And also modify your network configurations. And then it comes by default with, I believe this is Rhythmbox. Yep, Rhythmbox is one of the actual first music players that I used when I started using Linux. I remember using that. It was on Ubuntu, I don't know, 12 or something like that, 12.04. I think that's when I first, you know, started using Linux, but it had the Gnome desktop or whatever, which was pretty cool. So, and then also right here, it has the Gnome video player. So that's the video player. You play pretty much everything with that. And then it comes with default with Firefox. So that's the default browser for your system if you install Solus. And then it has a file manager. So this is the file manager. You can click on it, open it up. It's set up just like, you know, pretty much all Linux distros. And I already clicked on the software center, but let's go down and hit the start menu. And if we go through here, you know, it has a whole bunch of settings. I mean, a whole bunch of applications installed by default, just like all distributions. You know, it comes with LibreOffice. Let's go through each one of the categories just to make it simple. I think I used this application before. I can't remember what it's called. Let me see. Passwords and keys. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Seahorse. Yeah, exactly. Seahorse. You can, you know, manage all your keys from Seahorse. Yeah, I just couldn't remember what the name of the application was, but I've used it in the past. But let's see. And then it comes with a text editor. I'm not sure which one it is. Let's see what this is. Either two. Yeah, Gedit. So good to go. But it looks cool. You know what I'm saying? Like the design, the theme that comes by default on the Budgie desktop. But graphics, let's see, it comes with, you know, photos. Libre Draw, you know, that's all the Libre products on here. But document viewer, internet, like I said, it comes with Firefox, HetchChat, and it also has Thunderbird for your email client by default, which is pretty cool. Then if we go into Office, you know, they have their own calendar application, as well as, you know, all the LibreOffice stuff. And then sound, like I said, Rhythmbox, and then Gnome MPV. System settings, so this way you go through and, you know, modify your settings. So it's pretty cool right there. And then let's see, system tools, they have the Budgie, you know, desktop settings, so you can go in and modify the desktop settings, change the style, change the desktop appearance. You know what I'm saying? You can show icons on the desktop. You know, it's pretty cool. You can put your home directory up there. You can put a whole bunch of different stuff on the home on desktop. I'm gonna turn it off. Then you can modify your fonts, and then Raven. I'm not sure what this is, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not sure what that one is, but hold on. Let's see. Allow raising volume. So these are just some other settings, you know, you can modify. I'm assuming this is just extended settings. Oh, that's mostly sound settings. So. And then it may be the stuff that's over here that is allowing you to change. So, but anyway, you can change the window settings, you know what I'm saying? You know, all that good stuff. And then they have, you know, different panels, and then the auto start. That's where you go in and add different applications that you want to start up by default. And if we go down here to, let's see, universal access onboard. I never use onboard. But then utilities, they got archive managers. They have a disk space application, and this is the same one that comes with Gnome. So, and then also disk usage analyzer. I've used that. That's pretty cool. You know, that allows you to see what files are taking up a lot of different space on your system. They have a help for, and that's Gnome, image viewer for Gnome screenshot. I use that on a daily basis. And then system monitor, it's pretty cool. But you know, you can always use HTOP but this is a cool little system manager, you know, and I believe this comes with Gnome as well. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head, but I believe this is part of Gnome. That's one of the programs that comes with Gnome, but pretty cool. And that's pretty much it. That's all I really wanted to show you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like I stated, check out Solus OS. You know, it's a pretty cool operating system. You might want to try it at Budgie desktop, or if you want to, you know, get something more familiar, like Gnome or KDE, then try out those different versions just to check it out and see if you actually like Solus. One thing I like to do is jump around and check out different distributions. So until I find one that I really like, right now I'm stuck on Orch. I love Orch, but I tend to check out other distributions within VirtualBox. So that's one option for you guys. If you guys want to check out different, you know, distributions, you can always install VirtualBox and just install those different Linux distros and just test them out and just see if you actually like them and see if you want to install them on your hardware. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave comments down in the comments box below, and of course, keep it techie.